Good morning from Las Vegas. Teddy Covers with the WagerTalk opening line report. The markets are moving, the bettors are jumping. Let's figure out what's going on, have some fun, share some good info, and help us on our way to another winning day. 2-1 for the clients last night, 5-1 over the last 2 days. It's been a good little run. At WagerTalk.com today, Customer Appreciation Day. We appreciate you guys. $5 packages all day at WagerTalk.com. Check out the website right now. Check out my page, wt.buzz/TC for Teddy Covers. Do you want to give you guys some shout outs? Shout out Neil Williams, Gert 3850, Wes 7598, Kevin Joseph, Charlie Hustle, Big 6088, Rick James Bond. All you guys gave comments yesterday in the chat. We appreciate it so much. Please give us some comments. Give us some questions. Give us some opinions when you have a moment. Let's start for today in the Association NBA. Where's the money flowing? And more importantly, why is it flowing in that direction? For the games tonight, we have seen money for Orlando and over. Magic, now up to -2. That game, -1. Pretty much 2 across the board. I've even seen a couple of 2.5s popping up. Magic first half attracting a lot of betting attention. The 0-2 teams returning home for game 3. In any playoff series, they will attract first half betting attention. Orlando certainly has attracted some, being that the full game line is the same as the first half line. So Magic first half attracts some betting attention. And yesterday, I mean, this total was sitting at 200, 199.5. I'm seeing 201s out there right now, 200.5 as the prevailing number. So we have seen some over money after all the unders. Overs went 2-0 in the NBA playoffs last night. We expect those game 1 unders. After that, it's a lot closer to 50-50. And certainly we saw that last night. Orlando over taking money. And of course the 4.5's all gone with the Magic at this stage. Knicks and the 76ers, 4.5. Yeah, 4.5. I know it's 4.5's all gone. 4.5's all gone for Philly right now. Not for Orlando. Orlando -4.5, not the number. Philly was -4.5. Now it's -5 against the Knickerbockers. Even seeing some juiced 5s out there right now. This total, again, nothing but under money. And again, 201 was the closing game 1. Went over. 206 was the closing game 2, stayed under. Now we're looking at 202/201.5 in game 3 for the Knicks and Philadelphia and that total. Let's talk about the Lakers total as well. The sidewise for Lakers and Nuggets for tonight, really, we have seen a little bit of Lakers money. There were mostly Denver -1 at the open. Now it's mostly pick'ems. There are some Lakers -1 out there, so there's a little bit of Lakers money. The total really stood out to me. I want to take a minute and talk about the total. All right. 3 regular season meetings. They were all totaled 230 or higher. 2 unders, 1 over. Last year in the playoffs, 2-2 over under. All those games, the 4 postseason meetings totaled between 222.5 and 225.5. The first 2 games of this series, under 226.5, finished 217. And last time out, under 223, the outlier of the group, they finished with only 200 points. Stayed way under the total. So what have we seen? We've seen a pretty big adjustment. The markets was 215.5, 216 last night. Now we're seeing, 216s, 217s out there this morning. Which tells us, number 1, the money's coming on the over at the adjusted number. And it tells us, number 2, that when you see an over adjustment, this is the lowest total by far of any of the 9 meetings since the start of the playoffs last year. We'll call it an outlier total. And the markets are saying, Lakers, Nuggets, maybe we over-adjusted too much. And we're seeing over money for that, despite the unders in the first 2 games, despite the fact that it's not what we would expect to be a particularly high-scoring series because they're 2 slower-paced teams. Nonetheless, after where the totals have been compared to where it is right now, this is an outlier total from what we've seen Lakers and Nuggets. I do lean over in that contest. Not sure if I'm going to get to the window with it, but that is absolutely the lean. And in the postseason, I'm always looking for outliers, stuff that's not likely to be repeated, stuff that's been over-adjusted. I bet the Heat last night, in part because of an outlier performance from Boston in game one. The Celtics hit a playoff franchise record for threes in that game. What happened last night? They didn't hit a franchise record for three or a playoff franchise. And Miami was hitting threes. So, I'm not going to be on the Heat in game three. It was an outlier performance for Miami in game two. But we look for some of these outliers, the totals that have been over-adjusted, results that aren't likely to happen 2 times in a row or even 2 times in the same season. So, again, lowest total in the last 9 meetings between Lakers and Nuggets by a fairly wide margin. I do lean over in that contest. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I'm looking for your feedback each and every day. I appreciate it so much. And again, $5 packages today over at WagerTalk.com. Not just me, whole bunch of cappers have $5 packages. Customer Appreciation Day. So get a pick for $5. Check it out. It really, and that's all kinds of picks available on all kinds of sports. Each capper has one $5 package on their page. Let's talk about some of the early openers when it comes to, or the openers for NBA action for the weekend. We talked about the Friday openers yesterday. The Pacers, they've now been bet up to 5/5.5. That was 4/4.5 at the open. It really was 4 at the open and got bet up to 4.5. Now Indiana 5/5.5. So the sharp money has come for the Pacers. Total bet down 224.5. We're seeing 222s as a prevailing number now. So we've seen sharp money for Indiana and sharp money for the under. Mavs Clips open 3.5, 4. The total in the broader market was 209.5, 209. Now again, over money. Over is 2-0 last night. Over money in this series. Over money in some other series. So it's not like they're only betting unders. We're only seeing the sharp money move to the unders right now. Over money for Mavs Clips, and of course Dallas money. They're up to 4.5 against LA. Suns down 0-2. This is again Friday night's games. They were bet up 3.5 to 4 against Minnesota. Really hasn't moved since it moved to 4. Total's been bet down a little bit, 209 down to 207 as a prevailing number. And I'm seeing some of the leading indicator books showing juice to the under. So that one could go down further. If you like Phoenix, Minnesota under 207, I bet that sooner rather than later. Let's talk about the openers for Saturday. Virgin numbers. Nothing more fun than virgin numbers. Oklahoma City opens -1 to 11 at New Orleans. And that's holding pretty steady. Really hasn't moved all that much yet. And again, these games aren't played till Saturday. But when the markets see a number that they think is off, they're not going to wait till Saturday to bet it. Boston, well, they lost last night. -8, -8.5. No bargains on the Celtics here in the postseason. In Miami for game 3 of that series. A total 205.5 at the open. Now it's down to 205. So Celtics attracting a significant price in their series against the Heat, especially coming off of a loss. And it's worth noting the Heat were, 60-1 to win the series. Now they're only 8-1, 10-1 after winning game 2. Oklahoma City adjusted series price. They were -2,000. Now, I'm sorry, they're priced anywhere right now from -2,000 to as high as -3,500. Bookmakers have made it a little bit expensive to take a look at the OKC Thunder on the series price, laying 35 to win $1. Other series worth noting, more Sixers money. We talked about it yesterday, a little bit of Philly money to win the series with Embiid's quote saying, "We're the better team, we're going to win this series." Sixers down 0-2, only +350 on the series price. The markets think they're liver than the average 0-2 team. T-Wolves -400, -420 versus the Suns. There's been a little bit of Phoenix buyback. Pacers chalk against the Bucks. That hasn't moved since yesterday. And the Mavs now to chalk -150, -160 against the Clips, even with Kawhi back. That hasn't moved a whole lot since yesterday either. There's so many new viewers watching this video. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hang out with Teddy Covers Unfiltered first thing in the morning. If you like this type of content, please give a follow. 150,000 subscribers. We crossed the limit like a day or two ago. 150,000 to the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Just click the bell, get instant alerts, and become a subscriber today. It's absolutely free. Let's talk a little MLB. Mostly early action today in baseball. And again, it's the usual suspects when it comes to MLB. What do we see? Most of the moves, most of the early moves come on totals and a lot of under money for getaway day. What are we seeing? We're seeing Brewers money against the Pirates. There is some side money. And one other side worth noting. Milwaukee's taking action against Pittsburgh. That's early start. The White Sox have officially reached perhaps value territory for the wise guys. White Sox were plus 220 at the open last night. I'm seeing them down to plus 180 today. This, it's not unusual to see significant market support for very bad teams when the markets think they're overpriced and they're bound for some positive regression. And certainly you wouldn't expect Chicago to go, 3-22 over any other stretch, over any other 25-game stretch in this MLB season. So a little bit of White Sox money, a little bit of Brewers money. We're seeing heavy under money. Cincy and Philly. Zach Wheeler gets a lot of under money. Over money for the Rockies and the Padres. Series has gone under. Rockies bats are ice cold, but it's afternoon action and it's warm at Coors Field today. And the ball tends to carry. We're seeing over money in that game. And heavy under money. Heavy under money for Dodgers and Nationals in early start action. That was as high as 9. I'm seeing as low as 7.5 out there right now. So certainly that we would call a significant move. Check out all my shows, guys. I'm doing Wager Talk today. And on Wager Talk today this morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, I'm going to give out a wise guy bet on the NFL draft for tonight, if you can still get down on it. I think it'll be a lot of fun to check out. So, and of course, that's our sports center for gamblers for WagerTalk.com. So check out Wager Talk today. And before I let you go, I want to give you a great offer. It's on my page and on everyone's page. Just buy 3 days, get a 4th free. You take advantage of $5 picks if you want. You can also take advantage of the longer-term package, the best one of the bunch. Get the rest of my NBA for free when you buy MLB through the All-Star break. What's it? NBA player practice, $195. MLB service through the All-Star game is $379. That'll get you every play, every day through July 14th. And every sport that I do, 80 days, under $5 a day. Again, just $379. Nothing more to buy, no bait and switch. Visit the website, WagerTalk.com. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the games. I hope you guys have a great betting Thursday.